Stay with your legs, media. You know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up. What's up, people? Welcome to Stay with Your Legs Media. My name is Excluesive. I don't know if you know who I am or if it's the first time you're tuning in, but thank you anyway. But like the thing says, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and today we're going to get into it. So let me find this flyer really quickly. I need to just grab this flyer up really quickly, and it's got a bunch of stuff on there. I had everything organized, and now I'm like fumbling around because it's a lot later than I'm used to right now. I'm usually asleep right now, but this is cool. So basically, I'm trying to find a flyer which has everything on it for today. So let's click on that and see what happens. And today we're going to talk to, I don't want to say I'm going to talk to before I actually bring up the info. Let me just, that's me. Let me just get that off of there. You know who I am. And where is my flyer? So we're going to talk about, firstly, we're going to talk about Sepp Kuss. We're going to talk about Sepp Kuss today. This is my man Sepp. Then we're going to talk to a young man who I've known for a little while. Goes by the name of Super Dave or Dave Osborne. And let me just grab my face off the screen really quick so you can see. There you go. So these are like the two main things we're going to talk about today. And then basically I'm going to actually talk about Sepp Kuss on my own and stuff. If Dave wants to just hang around afterwards, that's cool. But what I'm going to do is we're going to talk to Dave. I met Dave he came to the Bermuda Grand Prix. I can't even remember what the year it was, whether it's 2003 or 4 or something like that. I know I had finished like racing like full time and stuff. So I was like at the back end of like my racing and stuff. And he came to Bermuda. And when I saw him come to Bermuda, I was really shocked. I was like, another black guy. It was pretty cool to see him and stuff. And I remember the moment specifically because it was like we were just getting ready to start the race and stuff. And he really didn't have time to chop it up. And I just saw him and I just more or less, I'm pretty sure all I did was just, say hello and I acknowledged him. But we really never got a chance to chit chat because it was a bit rush. So let me just get this flyer off. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of Sepp Kuss because if you've been watching the Giro d'Italia, it's an amazing event going on right now. It started off a bit of a mess, but hey, it's going. It's going. So that's Dave. Let me just bring up his mic so he can there we go. I think you are now in the show. So
all right.
Yeah, so it's a bit rough here. I'm building the plane as we fly it. So basically, we're gonna start off like we're gonna just let's see, bring up this flyer. There we go. I just wanted to touch on an amazing weekend that was had last weekend that I missed out. Everyone's to Dave himself. Talk about Dave. And this guy's had an amazing cycling career as far as I'm concerned. He's done some pretty good things. He's actually won quite a few races inside of the U.S. and the criteriums and stuff. I raced quite a few criteriums in the U.S., but I never won any because that just wasn't my discipline. It wasn't my forte. I like the mountains and all that stuff. But yeah, this guy's amazing. So there's a reason why they call him Super Dave. So we're gonna find out, and then we're gonna have a chit chat with him, and then yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna chop it up. So let's talk about One Love. Let's talk about One Life. Like what was that like?
One Love was I was looking forward to it. First of all, I was looking forward to it since the year before, and man, it was a great experience when we got there. I stayed at my mom's and sister's house, and then there was a Thursday evening ride, and when we got there, you could feel the energy and the excitement because he saw so many clubs, so many people from different clubs, and they were rolling in like 30 to 50 people in a club, and all the different colors, and everybody had nice fancy. So it was just exciting, just a sight when we pulled in the first Thursday evening for the ride.
I heard there were like 2,000 plus like people there participating on the weekend.
That's correct. Yeah, the cap was 2,000, but it seemed like there were more than 2,000 people, which is the biggest One Love ever. Every year, it keeps getting bigger and better.
Okay.
Yeah.
My question was,
the Mac Club in Atlanta does an amazing job.
Yeah. How did you guys manage on the road? Because I was watching, so I'm gonna put some pictures up. Basically the start. So, like I believe it was a fish fry, and I got a. Am I gonna put up the? There we go. So I'm gonna get rid of the One Love post, so I could just make it small. Make it small. Put it up in the corner. So these are. Can you see the screen?
No, I can't see it yet.
Okay. So basically, I got on the screen, like the where you guys are leaving out of the gate. So, like you're on the gravel. Yeah, you're on the gravel part. So these are some of the pictures I stole from some of the people that were posting pictures, and yeah, it was like just to see the amount of people, just to see the setup. It was pretty amazing. Did Cheryl ride as well?
She did. Yeah.
Okay.
She rode well.
So what you're looking at, folks, this is like you can see the green and black. Who is that? Who's that? The green and gold.
Green and gold. That may be the young children. They have a club. What's the name of it again? Bragg. BRAGG bike ride. I think bike ride Georgia, something like that. They rode from Georgia to the nation's capital in Washington D.C. All these young.
Okay.
A couple of years ago, and we met. Yeah.
Okay, so I got to cause last on Sunday I just touched on it and I ran. She goes by the Instagram name of Amazement, Natasha. So she was running around and she was filming everybody. So basically, I just played that so people could see what was going on, and it was just like the energy was good. She was funny. She was talking to people and stuff. I didn't see her catch you, but she's got tons of pictures of you guys as well too. And she's just like Miss Social Bug. So I thought it was perfect to use her stuff to, encapsulate what was going on and stuff. So it looks like an event that I think I might have to try to get to next year. I don't know about riding so much, but just to promote what I got going on and stuff. So, but yeah. So so it's Thursday. This was the fish fry, and then on Friday was what was the Friday?
Actually, Thursday was I forgot the name of the ride, but it was just a fast group ride.
Okay.
Thursday. Friday was the actual fish fry ride.
Oh, so this is Friday. This scene is Friday.
Yes, that big picture is Friday.
Okay. And
we left from the same Saturday.
Okay, so and then on Saturday, what's the ride like on Saturday?
Saturday is the main event, I call it. It's the 100-mile ride, and it's just a bunch of rolling hills, and it's the group I was in was really really competitive. We had some pros from some different teams.
You want to name drop? Anybody we know?
Yeah, we had Legion of Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
We had Justin Williams, Dante from Miami Blazers, Joyce Monten from Aviators, and there was a national champion from the Blazers as well.
Okay.
And a gentleman from Barbados.
Okay. Yeah, I think I know who the I've seen his face, the guy from Barbados, but I can't remember his name. I should know who most of the Caribbean top riders are. Shame on me, So
same here.
But yeah, I mean, so what type of time did you guys do on Saturday? Like,
Oh, Saturday, my group, we did it in 4:17, I believe.
okay,
But that time was off because you know how the Garmin will say one thing, but I would assume we did it in about 4:14. But that's not the fastest. We've done it in 4:10 in
yeah,
2019
yeah,
because this group stopped a few times and we got rolling slow, and then there was a couple incidents, so it wasn't really a consistent straight through like normal. Normal, it's just one quick bathroom break, and then we just ride the rest of the way.
okay. And what time do you guys start? Like
We started at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. That seems a bit late. So, but still, for you still finish before midday. And then what's the rest of the day like? Do you have any idea like what the, like how do people start? Do they start staggered? Does everyone start at the same time?
Yeah, everyone starts at the same time, and we have a 100-mile route. There's a 63-mile, a metric 63,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe there's a 44 and maybe a 28 or 27-mile ride. But we did the 100. We started at 8, and we rolled. We really rolled pretty good. You know,
Okay, okay. So
it like,
it's funny that I meant actually the time because I posted that thing on the Black Cyclist and it was a bit of tongue in cheek, but at the same time it was a bit to give people a bit of perspective on just what people can do with stuff. So
yeah,
and so you put up your time for I think it was I don't know if it was a seagull or something, and I gave you a 9 out of 10. And what did you
yeah,
think? What do you think of me giving you a 9 out of 10?
yeah. That was actually the I believe that was the One Love Century in 2019, the one we did in 4:10.
Yeah,
And you give me a 9 out of 10. And for I want to say normal people, that's a good time.
that's an
But like
excellent
you,
time.
yeah. But for like the world tour guys, I'm telling you, they will probably do that same 4:10 ride in like 3:20 or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Cause it's funny. Like, I'm pretty sure you've been in an event where it's been of that distance and you've done sub 4 or 100 mile race. So yeah, that's what I figured. That's what I figured. But I don't know if people will understand that because yeah, it's when it gets going, and it don't stop.
I
So
did a Seaford road. Oh, go ahead.
say it again.
Oh, I said I did a road race in Seaford. The one was a flat race, and it was 110 miles, and we did that in under 4 hours. I mean,
Yeah,
it was just 27 to 31 miles an hour constant the whole time.
constant rolling. Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
like just to be able to remember to be able to do that you used to be able to do that. It's pretty. It's pretty amazing and stuff. But yeah, so
Right.
I'm just gonna go back a little bit. So when you came to Bermuda, segue to Bermuda, that's an abrupt segue. But when you came to Bermuda to race, where were you in your racing? Were you like in the middle of it? Had you been racing for a while or coming to the end? Like where were you as
Yeah.
far as like racing?
Yeah, Bermuda. That was roughly 2006, I think,
Yeah,
somewhere around there. So I had been racing since '84. So that's roughly 30. I mean, 84, 94, oh 04. Yep. So I've been racing for shoot, probably 20, 22 years, 23 years by
mm,
then. So I was in really good shape at the time,
okay,
and that it was so exciting just to land, just to touch down in the airport in Bermuda. It
yeah.
was so great and beautiful. It was our first time there. It was just the energy was so great when we got there,
So
and
many,
everybody was super friendly. Yeah,
yeah. How many times did you go back? How many times did you go back to race?
um, we did it twice,
Oh,
three
okay,
times. Yeah, 3 times.
yeah. Cause that it's funny that year like it was I was sort of like winding down like it was a bit of turmoil and stuff and just trying to so they really wanted me to race and stuff and I was like I'm not gutted anymore because I think I had been just on the sideline for a little bit so I chose to not do the elite race and some of my higher officials weren't too happy with that because, like I said, well, I'm not gonna get into the elite race and get dropped in or not finish or it didn't make no sense.
Right.
I wanted to enjoy the day, so and I did had fun. I believe it was some of your ladies that come, some of your top ladies, and I think I had been off the bike for almost a year, but I still was like putzing around in it. But some of your top
Mhm.
ladies, and they just like they pushed me to my limit, man. I was like they're sprinting with them and like just like but I still enjoyed it. That was fun. I remember that. Like I just remember it. Like so. But
It
have
takes.
you been? Have you been back to? You haven't been back to Bermuda since, so.
I haven't been back since, and I was talking about wanting to come back and visit and probably most likely try to get in a race there.
Okay. Because they race on the
Yeah.
road now. They actually do like rolling enclosures after years of petitioning. So like now it'll be a completely different. You can actually get to race the terrain in Bermuda like with some of the short steep hills and stuff. So it'll probably simulate like probably being in a Belgian race a little bit because it is windy. No matter where you go on the island, is windy, and then a
Yeah.
lot of the hills are like short and sharp, and of the same distance of some uh, of the like the bergs and stuff. So I haven't been back since they opened the roads to racing on the roads. So I missed that. It'd be pretty cool to
Yeah.
do a race on the road. But yeah, so how let's talk about like your career like racing in the U.S. Like what was that like? What was some of your most memorable moments?
Some of my most memorable moments were like races like it was called Tour de Tuna
Yeah.
in Altoona, Pennsylvania. We had 4 stages, a circuit race, a road race, criterium, and I can't remember what else. And my wife drugged me up to Fitchburg one time, Massachusetts, and it was a really tough race. The time trial was hilly.
Mm-hmm.
Circuit race had a pretty good. Road race was like the highest point in Massachusetts, a ski
Mm-hmm.
resort. It was so high, 62 miles an hour on the descent.
In
That was my
Massachusetts?
my record speed. Yeah,
Okay.
Fitchburg, Massachusetts.
Oh, Fitchburg. Okay.
Massachusetts, mountain.
Because you said Tour de Tuna. I thought that was in Philadelphia.
No, that one is in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Yeah, so there
Altoona.
was and then there was the Fitchburg
Okay.
Classic long ago.
Yeah. Because I done the
And then
the Altoona one, but not the Fitchburg one.
yeah, and and then I did a bunch of criteriums and road races all over the East Coast and some in the Midwest, and also did the tour of the Bahamas.
Mm. That sounds
Yeah,
interesting.
so I used to race like 60 in my prime. I would race like 65 races or so a year.
Yeah.
So I was really, yeah,
Okay. So
because I would.
how are you going now? Are you still like? Are you just go do races when you feel like it? Because I see you like a lot of races. I see you like a lot going on Facebook, and there's Dave going live at the finish, giving live commentary, and you need to start
Yeah,
your Dave Race Network.
I know. I actually was thinking about it because it's fun. Even if I'm not racing or even after my race, I
Yeah.
love like highlighting the races and talking about racing. So that's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, well, the thing is with what I'm doing, my thing, like is say with your legs media, that's my whole plan for next year to be in Europe and just to bring a different face to European pro racing, like media and coverage wise, just a different take and a different feel, and also to try and talk to like so in today's stage you had two riders, Emmanuel and Bohani, one from Jayco and the other from Trek. And like my thing is that you want to talk to Primos and Vingegaard and Kuss and whoever else, but my whole thing next year is I'm gonna go and I'll find these guys at the end of the race and just get conversation from them because people want to hear how did the race go,
Yeah,
how are you doing. So that's gonna be my angle next year. So still obviously highlight the pros like I am right now, but just talk about us. Just give us some shine. So
yeah, and
man,
make sure. when you go over there, make sure you highlight the women's races because those races have been really great. Maybe you can talk to some of them at the end as well.
Like Tanel Campbell's like one of the people that I definitely want to talk to. You know, she's obviously plying her trade and doing her best, but she's definitely somebody that's on my radar that I want to talk to. That like I'm specifically gonna make. How was your race? How you doing? Like make a little special Tanel corner at the end of the race, like her interview booth. Everyone else is getting some like give Trinidad some, just give Trinidad, give the Caribbean some, like some shine, let people see that, that the Caribbean's got some talent, got it going on.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah, definitely going to talk to those folks. So hopefully Aisha McGowan, she's back up and running at 100% next year, and like talk just hopefully I get to follow those guys around and see how they're going and stuff. So yeah. So really quickly, if you are here, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you are watching and somebody might be enjoy this, just share it to their page and stuff. So and just real quick commercial. My whole goal and what I'm doing with here is my thing is Say With Your Legs Media, and my long-term goal is to open up an international youth cycling academy where I'm gonna basically look for kids from the Caribbean, kids from Africa, even the US, UK, it doesn't matter. Those kids that are talented, but they don't have the resources to race and train and get bikes and stuff. So that's why it's important for me to get subscribers, because there's more subscribers I have, more airtime I have, that YouTube is going to be profitable, and then I can work towards those goals. So that's what this is all about. This is not just trying to become popular on YouTube. It's something that I went through. Like, it wasn't easy getting bikes, getting kit. Stuff was expensive, man. Getting to the races. You've been to the races, Dave. You know how much it costs, your entry fee, your travel, hotel, and all that stuff. And it costs a lot. So I know there's a lot of kids out there. I've been hit up by kids from Eritrea, Rwanda, Uganda, and the kids that are got talent. And I would like to, give them opportunity to shine. So this is what this is all about, people. It's not me here trying to get clout or anything. I really love this sport, and I would like to see kids that really want to do the sport have that opportunity and really go for goal. So yeah, but back to Dave and the commercial. So back to Dave. So I see that you eventually made it out to California after I left.
Yeah.
What was that like?
That was another great trip. We had 11 guys and 2 ladies, Cheryl and Iris, and 11 guys come out, and it was a great trip. We got to ride with Rashan Bahati, who's like probably one of my favorite racers, and we did the big Montrose ride out there.
Okay. So what do you think of the Montrose ride? I've done it a few times. What do you think of it?
I'm telling you, when I got there, the ride was I've never ridden with that many people going that fast. It was huge. It was kind of nerve-wracking at first, but then I actually had an iron deficiency, surprise. So I didn't have the greatest ride, but I still had the greatest time.
Yeah.
A few of my teammates represented, Casey and Darian, they represented what while I had, how it is when you have iron deficiency, you can't really put out as much as you normally can. Okay. But we had a great ride. We got to hang out and ride with Bahati, and it was awesome. And another lady out there, Georgetta, we got to ride with her, and they took us all around.
Okay.
Frankie, my teammate, he was there. Yeah.
So did you get to do any is it what's Mount Bodie or any of the Alpine mountains, or did you just stay more like in the Santa, not the Santa Cruz, the what is it, like the highway one?
Palomar.
I'm trying to think of the name of the mountain that I've done a million times, but anyway, it's not Santa Cruz.
Yeah, we did. We stayed in Murrieta, and we did some road around there. And one of my teammates, Frankie, I'm laughing because I feel like he set us up. He said, "You guys want some hills? I'll show you some hills." this was by far the hardest road terrain I've ridden in my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 27, 30 something, percent climbs.
Yeah.
And they weren't short. It was hard.
Yeah,
But we had a great
I saw the pictures. So
yeah, but we plan to go back. We were going to go this year, but it didn't quite work out. So we'll
okay.
probably plan next year.
Okay, cool. That's, I mean, like the area that because were you in LA or were you in San Diego?
We stayed in Marietta, but we did go to LA to do the Montrose ride, and
Okay.
we visited San Diego as well.
Okay. So you sound like you were in the Long Beach area then. So like more like Long Beach rather than, which is still sort of LA-ish, but like the Marietta area, I'm pretty sure that's the Long Beach area. So you didn't get to
Yeah.
experience like Highway 1 and then like oh my goodness, I can't even believe like
Oh,
I said again?
we did a ride up. We did a ride up the Pacific Coast Highway.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, Pacific Coast goes the whole California. So
In I couldn't even tell you what city it was.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. So I'm glad you got a chance to finally get out to California after like years. You gotta come, you gotta come, you gotta come.
That's right. You telling me, yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool. So anything else you wanna like just touch on really quickly before we get out of there? If I missed anything, because basically I was just wanted to, it's been a while that I wanted to talk to you and just hear from you and just like let people see that we got folks out there that's been doing it for a minute and doing it big as well, not just doing it. So, but anything you want to just touch on that I might have missed?
Yeah, real quick. I've been racing for 39 years, and I've had a really good, a really good run.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, I'm older now, so I'm not racing quite as much. But
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to my team. My wife was one of the founding members, Cheryl Osborne, and my whole team is what keeps me motivated. All the guys and the ladies that are on the team,
Mm-hmm.
they help me be motivated, and in turn, I help them. Help motivate them and help all of them out. But the Artemis Racing team is a great group of people, and I really want to give a shout out to them and all of our great sponsors, Donald Rucker and
Okay.
of Patapsco Bikes.
Artemis team, and that like where did that name come from? Artemis. Sounds
Artemis
sounds like a sea name or something like a.
Artemis is the Greek goddess of the hunt.
Yeah.
And Artemis started as a women's team with 4 founding members, and Cheryl was one of them. And they've been around since 1999. And it was a women's team, like I said before. And then I joined some years later, and then some other guys joined. But our mission still remains to support women in racing.
Okay.
So all the guys that are great supporters of the women.
Okay. So I'm just wondering what's missing from the thing, because it says that my thing was on live. So I was just going on YouTube just to check it. I see it looks like it stopped and then it came back. But it's saying that online, so I don't know what happened. But I will see afterwards. But it's still going by the looks of it. And yeah, sorry about that. You were saying about Cheryl.
Yeah, she was one of the founding members, and it started as a women's team. I don't know if that came out, but started as a women's team, and and I joined, and some other guys joined.
And Cheryl's trying to hide back there. I see some stars and stripes like pop up like sometime in 2023. Like, so it's like she trying to act like, oh, she ain't doing nothing anymore. So she's out there doing her thing, and congrats to her with this, winning her is it category or age group or what is it?
She won track nationals. She won 2 events on the track at Masters Nationals in T-Town, Trexlertown, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So she's a 2-time national champion, and I'm so proud of her because she's been racing 27 years as well. So
You know what? I see you guys do this little thing where you like just pop up like in some undisclosed location and doing your thing. When is your undisclosed location going to be in Europe, or I won't say London. London ain't that great. I would, I would say, when is your undisclosed location going to be somewhere in Europe?
Yeah, we've done a few in Europe, but we're planning some more for next year.
Okay.
But we've done a few undisclosed locations in Italy, Croatia, Greece, Montenegro.
What was your favorite? What's your favorite European country?
I want to say Italy,
Mm-hmm.
but Croatia was really nice. I wish we could have spent more time there.
Okay, I've heard about Croatia and stuff, but like people say that the country and the roads and everything is beautiful and stuff. But at some point, hopefully, I'll get a chance to get there. So yeah. But like I said, if you just popped in, people, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. I'm at 498 subscribers, people. I need 2 subscribers for 500. I've been like all week waiting for these 2 subscribers. So if you know somebody that knows somebody that just needs some good content, because this is going to get good. I trust you. Trust me, people. In 2024. Yeah, you have GCN and Eurosport, but this is where you're going to want to be in 2024. It's going to be different. It's going to be unique, and I may make a fool of myself, or I may make make it to the stars. Anyway, you'll be watching for either reason. So yeah, but you never know. I may have to things really take off. I'm gonna have to bring Dave over as a correspondent, to work this thing. So. We working hard. We really working hard to try to make this happen, and then if it all goes well, it should have a really good look for 2024. So congratulations to Cheryl. When was the last national? Did you ever win a national title?
I never won a national title. I didn't start going to. I've only been in nationals probably about 4 times or so, and I probably should have been going while I was in my prime. But I just never went until a few years ago. But now it's Masters Nationals, and they're. I did get a bronze medal on the track though last year. Yeah, Cheryl, she drugged me to that. Well, I just wanted to go to support, but she was like, "No, you gotta race. So I raced with some of the locals here. Yeah, and we won the bronze on the track.
So we gotta send a shout out to Derek Troy Hemingway. He's in California. I believe he's in California. He's made a few comments on Facebook. So big up to Derek Troy Hemingway. And crazy thing, he's in the Bay Area. That's where I first landed when I first started racing in the Bay Area. As far as I'm concerned, the Bay Area is probably the next best thing to Europe. It is some of the best. Right? Have you been to like the Bay Area, like Oakland Hills, or?
Have not.
Oh man!
But I know a few live there. Oh, that's on the bucket list.
Yeah, like Sonoma, San Rafael, Oakland Hills, Walnut Creek, Palo Alto, San Mateo, Santa Cruz. Just that whole area, like Mount Diablo is my mountain. I don't care who lives in California, how long you live there. That is my mountain. That is an amazing climb. I love that climb. So, and if you see my background behind me, that's the Stelvio, Paso de Stelvio. So we did that last year. So that's my that's my actual picture. So that I get to take from there. So that's my thing. I didn't even know why I tried to do the Stelvio or even the day before the Motorola. Not in any shape. I can't tell you how I suffered, and I'm trying to climb like I was about 20 years ago, and it just wasn't happening. It just wasn't happening. And the other thing about the Stelvio, if you look at the climb, it looks like it's like, like gradual, maybe 5-8%, but it's steep the whole way, and it's a long climb. So it's a long climb, but it's when you get to the top, you're just like, man, this is amazing. So, but anyway, Dave, definitely big thanks for logging on. And you only because you came on, I actually have 6 people view, and that's like where's the button to? Where's the let me see. I gotta give you that, Dave, because that's my highest viewership.
Great,
so,
great.
so thank you so much for popping on. I'm gonna just segue into talking about Sepp Kuss and the Volta. I don't know if you got time, if you want to hang around. So I'm just gonna put some pictures up and talk about it and stuff. It's up to you if you want to hang around, or if you got things to do.
Yeah, I have to pack for a trip I'm taking tomorrow. So
Okay.
probably,
Well, like I said, once again, I'm gonna say thank you, and I definitely do appreciate it. I'm gonna let you go get ready for your trip tomorrow, and then I'm gonna rock on and talk about Sepp Kuss, the amazing Sepp Kuss. You have any up? Just before you go, you think he's gonna carry through?
I think so. Yeah, I'm rooting for him.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
definitely.
deserves.
I think all
He
America's rooting
deserves.
for him. He definitely deserves. He definitely deserves it. But anyway, once again, this is Dave. Dave, is it David or just Dave?
It's David, but people call me Dave Osborne.
Yeah,
Wife calls me Dio. David, Dave. It doesn't matter.
yeah.
Super Dave,
Super Dave. There we
Big
go.
D, Big Daddy.
So yeah. So I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed that things go well. I could probably get over to you guys because I've been meaning to get to the East Coast to just come and hang out with the peeps on that side. So because my whole time I was cycling was just West Coast, just being affiliated and associated people on the West Coast. So at some point I hope to get pass through and hang out with you guys at some point. So yeah, maybe next year at One Love. So anyway,
Yeah,
thanks a lot.
definitely.
Definitely appreciate it. So I'm gonna give you one more. And we will catch up.
Thanks for. Yep. Thank you
Alrighty.
for having me.
All right, no worries. Thanks. Bye bye.
All right. Bye bye.
So that was Dave Osborne. Let's see. I'm gonna just click that out. So because if I leave him up there, then I'm gonna hear his mic, and then so yeah. So what I'm gonna get into right now is I'm gonna just talk about the La Volta, and if you've been watching the Volta, it's been an amazing event. It's right now is the Jumbo-Visma show. It's a Jumbo-Visma show, definitely. So Sepp Kuss is in the red jersey. Who is Sepp Kuss? Let's see who is Sepp Kuss. Let me just see if I can. That is Sepp Kuss. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of the One Love thing. And this is the man Sepp Kuss. He's doing the business right now. He had an amazing day today. And what happened today was the climb that they were on today, the Tourmalet, that's considered like probably the queen stage of the La Volta. But the funny thing is, La Volta has been a hot mess from the start, and Remco has been letting them know that yo, what's going on, folks? And like day one, Remco and his team were basically racing in the dark, and because they were the last team to start in the team time trial, they were racing in the dark, heavy rain, could hardly see, and they did their thing, but and then he crashed at the top of the mountain after he crossed the finish line, busted his head and everything. But the most impressive moment had to be when Sepp Kuss got on the podium and he probably drank half of the bottle. I think he thought that was his crowning moment of the season. He finally won a stage and he didn't think he was going to do anything else. So he was just having a good time. And lo and behold, he still, he ended up getting the red jersey, and he's still in the red jersey. So he's doing pretty good. So that's Sepp Kuss. And then what happened today? What was amazing about today was that it was touted that it's going to be a big showdown between Primož Roglič and Remco Evenepoel, and it didn't happen. So just before they got to the last climb, Remco pretty much blew up, and he finished some 20 minutes behind Primož, because Vingegaard won the stage. Then it was Sepp Kuss, and then it was Primož Roglič. So right now on the podium, it's all Jumbo-Visma. First in our overall leader is Sepp Kuss, and then second is Primož Roglič, and then in third place is Jonas Vingegaard. And they dropped Marc Soler, who was in second place. He was 26 seconds behind Sepp Kuss. And I sort of knew that Soler wasn't going to be able to hang. He's not that type of climber. He usually wins the stage because he gets away. He's in a group. He's just a little bit better than the guys that he gets away. But when he's with the big boys, I've noticed that he doesn't have the oomph to really carry through with the big boys, and that's what happened today. They got on the last climb, and then when they pretty much they just tempered him off the wheel. I didn't even think it was an attack. Jonas Vingegaard looks like he put everything into the Tour de France, and right now Jonas looks like he's riding on reserve. It doesn't look like the same guy that was riding the Tour. He's still way more talented, and he's only doing well because he's just that much more talented than the rest of the guys that are in the field. And to see what happened to Remco today, like that was unexplained. He finished so far behind today that Eurosport actually finished. So he didn't even so you'll probably see interviews tomorrow of Remco. What happened, how is it going, and he probably didn't even want to talk to press. So maybe even the team had a plan, slow down, because if you go any faster, you finish any sooner, then you're going to get bombarded by press and you're going to be all over the TV. But I'm pretty sure Belgium TV was still all over Remco, talking to him, finding out what happened, what happened to your legs. And basically, his team was saying he just didn't have it today. So, and these things happen. But also at the same time, I personally think that once he realized that, okay, I don't have the legs, I think he still could have done well enough to maybe finish 4 or 5 minutes behind. And I think he was saying, why do I need to fuss and try to, use up all of this energy to finish, 3 or 4 minutes behind and still sort of be in contention, where if I just, call it a day, take my time and ride in. So now the rest of the Volta, La Volta, he has the opportunity to ride for stages, because now he's not a contender. Now he's not in contention. So no one's going to care about him. So he's going to try to get in breakaways. He's going to try to win more stages. So he's going to try to salvage something for is it a Quick Step Soudal? It's a Soudal Quick Step, one of the two. So he's going to try to salvage something for them. But that's my opinion, that nothing was wrong. He's just such a winner. He's such, it's win at all costs, that once he realized that, yeah, my legs are done, it's not happening, these guys are going too good, and he just yeah, well, I might as well just cruise in. And he just started thinking about the rest of the Vuelta there, and it's one more week to race, and he's pretty sure he's going to go for stages. He's definitely going to go for stages. So it the big showdown that everyone was hoping for between Roglic and Remco, and at the same time, I don't think it would have been a showdown between Remco. I don't think, he's just not that type of rider. He's not a big mountains rider. If he wins the Tour de France one day, I would really, really be surprised. I would really be surprised. If you got people like Pogacar, and you got people like Vingegaard and Roglic and some of the other top guys, I don't think he's going to beat those guys. And then you got a lot of younger kids coming through. That the more climbers, you have to be more of a climber to win these major stage races. You have to be. He time trials well, but he hasn't been able to put it together like Miguel Indurain, who time trial well. But Miguel Indurain, he just was on that's what he did. He time trialed the mountains. So he put that same effort into climbing the mountains that he did time trialing, which is what I learned to do. I'm not saying I was as good as Miguel Indurain, but that's just how I, my attitude towards climbing was. It's you suffer the same. A time trial is this. You don't come off the gas when you're climbing. You don't come off the gas. There's no rest. There's no respite. You just on it. So and I learned that from watching Miguel Indurain, and Remco doesn't have that same thing. He's more of a punchy type of person, and and he's just it's different. It's different. And another thing I noticed, everyone's talking about going up to these 20, 25, 28s, and even 32 tires. When Remco crashed at the end of that stage that he won, I looked at his tires. It looked like he's running 23s. His tires are tiny. If you go back and look at that, his tires are tiny. So just, all of this talk and all of this fuss about, using these bigger tires for better rolling resistance, look what the bastard using. Look what the bastard using. So it doesn't even really make a difference if you have the legs, if you are strong enough, then guess what? You take care of the business, and that's the end of that. So I'm gonna like say big thank you for everyone that tuned in. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I beg you subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Thank you for all the hearts and stuff. I haven't got any comments today, but that's gonna come within time. So I'm gonna hopefully have a next guest. So we've been talking to Bahati. So Bahati is one that we got lined up. So at some point we get Bahati on here. I got Liam Yates, who Sean Yates' son. At some point we'll get him on here because we've been conversating back and forth on Instagram. And I met him at the UK Cycle Show early in the year, and a really cool guy. We talked, we chatted a little bit, and then like I said, we've been chatting on Instagram. And at some point we're gonna get it together. I may even have him in person or somewhere that we might be able to sit down, do a pre-recorded interview and stuff, and chop it up. So for those of you who don't know Sean Yates, you need to look him up. He rode for Motorola. He was he's American. Sean Yates is American. Oh my goodness. So I have so much stuff in my head. Maybe I'm getting that wrong. But he was an amazing rider. He rode the tour for quite a few times, and now his son Liam he's more into the gravel racing and stuff. And he's awesome talent, awesome young man. Anything else I want to touch on? No, I think that's about it. Because there's the funny thing. There's the Tour of Britain going on right now. I have no idea of who's doing what in the Tour of Britain, how they're doing. I don't know. It's just a race that, for some reason, just have no interest in watching. But what I will do, because this is where I'm at, I'm going to get some info on it, and I'm going to bring some info maybe on Sunday on the recovery ride. So that's Sunday. It's just basically like anything that's happened on the weekend. Just try to touch on it and stuff, because the weekend is usually pretty busy with racing. Don't forget, we got cyclocross is about to happen. I'm going to be full on into cyclocross. And then we got the cyclocross world, one of the World Cup events in Ireland. I would like to get to that event, but it's cold outside. It's going to be cold that time of the year, and and Ireland is wet and cold, and I don't know. I'm just contemplating, do I want to be outside suffering in the wet and cold to cover a World Cup event? I know I love cycling, but I don't know. If people say, I might take a little poll just prior to that, once the viewership gets up, and if people think that I should go and go to Ireland and stand out in that stuff, man, it's just cold, man. I just don't do cold. If I'm in a race or something, like, the cold is different, but just to be standing around watching and hopefully waiting to get to talk to someone, that's a whole nother. But we'll see. So, but I gotta do it. If I'm doing this, I gotta do it all the way. I can't do it halfway. I can't pick and choose where I want to be. So, I think that's gonna be about it. No one's like popped any comments in there, like no questions or no comments about or opinions or what they think is going to happen and stuff. So I'm gonna just get Sepp off the screen real quick. I'm gonna make my picture really small and just show you. I just got to show you a couple pictures of today. Was able to get, because you can't show anything from the races anymore. Because when you show stuff from the races, they so that's what I love. When you show stuff from the races and the events, then you gonna block it. You get blocked for copyright infringements. So that's one love. I'm pretty sure I had some pictures of. That's that scene really quickly. Just trying to just get these pictures up. There we go. Here we are. Team Jumbo-Visma. And so this was them on the last climb. As you can see, there's 5 Jumbo riders, and up to 5 riders, they're in a group of about maybe 12. So they're like almost half the riders that's in the final breakaway. Like Jumbo-Visma just like head and shoulders above everybody else. And there's Sepp Kuss. He's like from the front. And at this point, the fireworks hadn't really started. Mark Soler is still there. Some of the other favorites are still there. But when Jonas Vingegaard went and pretty much put the hammer down, that was all short. That was, lights out. Good night. Bye-bye. I'm going. So just showing you some pictures from today. And I just, like I said, like last year, I was able to like show like footage of, okay, come back. I was able to show footage of the races and stuff so I can commentate and I could talk about stuff, but they're not doing that. So this is what I'm looking forward to for 2024 when I'm actually there and I can actually bring you like what's going on, like, at the finish and talking to some of the riders and stuff. So like we got two riders, one from Ethiopia and one from Eritrea, Bahani and Emmanuel Gazibre, and I can pronounce the names, so I've been practicing. So, but basically, this was on the final climb, and the Jumbo-Visma, the Jumbo-Visma train was just in full flow today. So we see Mark Soler, he's on Vingegaard's wheel, and we have Sepp Kuss was second from last, and then in front of him was Roglic, and then the two domestics. So I'm just so looking forward to Sepp Kuss like taking that red jersey, and on top of that, Jumbo-Visma will be the first ever team. They won the Giro d'Italia stage race. Primož Roglic, who's in this race, who's currently in third place. Then they won the Tour de France with Jonas Vingegaard, who's the rider on the back. And now they're going to win the La Volta with Sepp Kuss. And if anybody deserves a win, it's Sepp Kuss, because this guy works hard for everybody. I mean, he works his backside off. So big up to Jumbo-Visma, and yes, just having an amazing year. So that's like 52 minutes. I'm going to get out of it, folks, because it's pretty late for me. It's coming up to 11 p.m. here. This is like the latest I've ever been up. I'm usually in bed at 9 o'clock. So Super Dave kept me up today. So I'm going to say thank you, everyone who hit the like button. Thank you, everyone who subscribed. Shared it. If you shared my channel with someone and you brought a subscriber, you definitely get a big thank you. So I'm going to be out of here, and I will see you. Like, if you want to, I'll tap in on Sunday. So Sunday, I just get on here and I just literally just see what's going on and talk and just try to find something new, race that, nobody's like really paying attention to. And I think said it's going offline again. I don't know what's going on with this. It says you're offline. I hope not. Let's see. Close that. I don't know. It's saying I'm offline. Maybe that's on Facebook or something. Maybe we need to fix that. So anyway, I'm going to just jump over this. And with that, let's close this out. Gotta find the right one. Jumbo-Visma, get rid of those guys. And gonna try to make this smooth. Close out with a. There we go. Come on, where you two? Is it? No. Come on, baby. My intro is not coming up. I'm going to do it like this. Here we go. There we go. Hey, folks, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. See you next week, same time. Stay with Your Legs Media. You know what to do. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up.